Jacob, just run through your experience of your first IndyCar race. Like, you've worked for years to finally get to this moment. It happened. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, man, it was cool. It was kind of hard to ever really take in throughout the weekend just because there's so much going on. Sure. And it's kind of like drinking from a fire hose, just with the way everything comes at you, with qualifying the first time on the green tires, all of that. It's just so much at once that it's just really hard to take in. But you know, honestly, I feel really good now that it's over.
Sure, I totally understand that, yeah.
For sure. So I feel happy to be able to move forward now. You know, now that the first one's behind us, we did all the laps, had good pit stops, we were clean the whole entire race, and we didn't set the world on fire with pace, and I was definitely not super happy about that, but I'm thrilled that we got it, you know, over with without any issues, and now we can really look forward, really starting to push the boundaries and kind of getting up to speed in Thermal and Long Beach and ultimately Barber and the rest of this season as well.
Was there maybe one thing that like really caught you off guard, like, oh, this is significantly different than what I thought, harder or even perhaps easier?
I'd always heard about the green tire being a very tough thing, and I think the St. Pete weekend in particular, with how different it was there to the black, it was just extremely hard to maximize, and it was so peaky. I mean, before qualifying, I'd only done like 2 laps on the green, 2 laps that were relevant on the green. So when you're competing against some of the best drivers in the world and that's all you have to pull from, it makes it pretty difficult. And then at the same time, you know, I didn't want to put the car in the fence. I didn't want to crash and over extract and put more stress on the guys and everything like that. You know, we were really just focused on getting through the first weekend cleanly and taking everything in. So then now that we have that to build and feel very confident going into the rest of the year.
Louis, just want to talk a little bit about the difference between Indy Next and IndyCar. You were the highest starting rookie at St. Pete. Just want to get your immediate feedback, your first impressions of how that transition has been.
It's tricky. It's a hard car to drive, as you're aware. The IndyCar is a proper beast. So yeah, it's been taking a while to get used to it for sure. The guys at Ray Hall F1 Racing have done an amazing job so far of getting me up to speed. So although St. Pete was my rookie race, I honestly didn't feel too out of my depth, to be honest with you. I was able to keep my teammates similar pace to them, and you know, Graham also has done a great job of getting me up to speed. So yeah, big difference is mainly, I would say, the grip of the car. I think the horsepower and the power application of the 2 cars aren't massively different. Just the amount of downforce, the amount of grip this thing has is incomparable.
Robert, you've had a little bit of time now to digest St. Pete. What is your big takeaway in the difference between racing in America versus racing in Europe?
I think the main difference is obviously the track in the car. It's been a while since I raced in a city track, and it's quite aggressive. You know, generally the corners, the wall is like, obviously for us it was the first time for me. Everything was new. Unfortunately, we also got compromised that race with running time and free practice because we had a radio issue, so I barely did any laps. So it was basically jumping in the quali, like, okay, all in, just going there. And yeah, also in the race we had again issue with the radio, issue with the car because I got hit in lap 1, so they broke the diffuser, so the car was losing quite a lot of air. So we had some, you know, complications, let's call it this way. But overall, I had quite a good fun. Honestly, it was a lot of battles. The start especially was like hectic. I was like, what's going on? Like it was really like aggressive. And here I like the battling between drivers. It's like quite aggressive. I mean, like it's interesting. So overall, I have good impressions from the first race, even though the results were not really there. But I think that if we're going to work hard and we're going to improve the car, things are going to change and we're going to be battling up there.